it's no secret, I love Edgar Allan Poe. And I love to crochet. So in today's video, we're going to be doing the 13 Nights of Poe Crochet Along. Hello, my name is Sonnet and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a long one, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right to the point. You might need to grab some snacks, you might need to grab some cozy beverages, or you might need to say, Sonnet, I don't have time for that, and that's totally fine. But today's video is a vlog of all 13 nights of Poe, the crochet along that I participated in. This was a crochet along that was put together by AltKnots and Muse2320, and oh boy, it was something. I had so much fun. Now, a little bit of background on me. My name, The Sonnet Silence, is inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. My gosh, when I was an angsty teenager, I found out that I had the same birthday as Dolly Parton, which is great, and Michael Crawford, if you're into musicals. And what do you know? Edgar Allan Poe. Yes, January 19th, I share a birthday with Poe himself, and once I found that out as a teenager, I became obsessed, and I created a AIM screen name, The Sonnet Silence, because sonnet, silence, the poem, and it has just stuck, and here I am, you know, long time later, long time. So when I found out that one of my favorite crochet designers and YouTubers, AltKnots, was doing a crochet along with Muse2320Fiber, and it was a Poe themed one, it was like a match made in heaven, and I knew I had to participate. Now, this was a crochet or knit along. There was actually a knit version as well. I'll stop blabbing, but from here on out, we're just going to be going through every single day. You'll see my progress. You'll see issues that I had. You'll see all of it. Again, grab some snacks, get comfy. Here we go. All right, it is October 1st, and we are here with our first day of the 13 Nights of Poe. I am so excited. I did decorate my box. AltKnots did put out a video and was talking about decorating boxes, and I used to teach scrapbooking and card making classes a long time ago, and I haven't really done that kind of thing in a long time, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to kind of, I don't know, go back in time and go back to scrapbooking and my card making days. So I got some of these printable papers on Etsy. I got this from My Porch Prints. This is the Edgar Allan Poe junk journal kit, and it's beautiful, and I just printed it out on my printer and all of that good stuff, and I love it. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. AltKnots did recommend putting your favorite poem or story on the front, and so of course I had to go with my all-time favorite, which is the bells. I absolutely love the bells, and the fact that it was included in this little paper kit was really exciting. I did make this little Edgar Allan Poe cutie. This is a pattern by So Cool Felt. I love making their felt patterns. They are fantastic, and they had an Edgar Allan Poe one, so of course I had to make him. He does have a little raven that I haven't had a chance to quite stitch together yet, but that is coming up. We got some pockets with some tags. These are some sticker tags, Nevermore obviously, and also have this little paper guy here that is full of blank pieces of paper and things like that, so that if I need to write anything down, we have that. We have our raven, obviously. We have our little skull decoration here. I thought that was really fun. Then you open up the box, and we have some more kind of decorations here, just some paper to write down. I do have, oops, I gotta tape that down a little better, don't I? Some other kind of note-taking things in here, and here we are with bag number one. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our bag. We have Edgar here. He's going to kind of, oops, he's gonna go ahead and just kind of hang out and give us some support while we crochet. Here's our first card here. So you do need a 4mm hook for this first day. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive into day number one. Look at how adorable with the little skull and the crochet. So fun. Here we go. I love surprises. I love opening up like advent calendars and things. Woo, beautiful. beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look at how lovely this is. So this is the colorway Nevermore. So beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. 85% superwash merino, but here you can take a look at the yarn in the colorway Nevermore. How perfect. Hello everyone, welcome to day number 2 of the 13 Nights of Poe. My goodness, what a wonderful but kind of crazy first day. I had so much fun yesterday and I'm really looking forward to opening up our day number 2 package here. But I did want to quickly talk about my progress so far. So my gauge should be 16 stitches wide by 18 stitches tall using a 4.0 crochet hook. Now I have very tight tension, and so when I did do a swatch, my gauge was off. I have very tight tension, so I bumped it up to the 4.25 hook and hit the gauge. Everything was going great, but as I got to about round 32, 33, something like that, I started noticing that I didn't have much yarn left over. And I was really paranoid that I was going to run out of yarn before I hit all of the rows that I needed, because you need like 40 something rows, right? So I frogged all like 33 rows that I made, and we are doing it again with the 4.0 hook. Now my gauge is way off again, and I'm currently at like 21 by like 25, something like that. Again, I have very tight tension, but I'm feeling much more comfortable about the amount of yarn that I have. So we're gonna kind of just stick with it. We're gonna stick with it and try and get to that row count, and we'll see where we end up there. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and dive into day number 2. Oh, how cute. Oh my goodness. The most perfect Mask of the Red Death-esque tape measure. So we have this awesome black skeleton tape measure. I have a couple of these, and I always need more because, like, for me, tape measures are like scissors, and when I need it, I can never find it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue on day number 2 of the 13 Nights of Poe. Good morning, everybody, and happy day 3 of the 13 Nights of Poe. Whew, we've got our coffee this morning. I actually slept in this morning, and so it felt really, really nice. I already got some cleaning done today. We are being productive. I'm excited for the day. So, day number 3. Here is the piece so far. I ran out of yarn. I ran out of yarn. I am using the 4mm. My gauge is pretty small right now. I'm looking at like 21 stitches by like 24 stitches. And I did run out of yarn. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. AltKnots and Muse2320 did send out an email with like an updated stitch count if you did run out of yarn. So I could go ahead and frog this and do it again, maybe even with like a 3.75 and then the updated kind of lesser stitch count. But I don't know if I want to do that today. To be honest, we have the 2 days of working this kind of panel, which I'm having a great time. I think the yarn is just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying working on the yarn. I'm enjoying just kind of crocheting. It's a lot different than I normally do, but I don't know if I feel like frogging this again and redoing it. But we are going to go ahead and open up day 3, see what day 3 looks like, and then I'll decide a little bit later if I am going to frog all of this and try one more time with the updated stitch count and the smaller hook. We shall see. But let's take a look at day number 3. Of course, we have our skeleton sticker. Oh, cute. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. It is an Edgar Allan Poe stitch marker. What? Stop right now. This is too cute. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? This must be from the Crafty Like a Monkey. I imagine that's who that is from. Here we have Crafty Like a Monkey's Instagram. And then of course, this really cute sticker. I love it. Wow, I am so excited. Look at that. That's going to be like my all-time favorite stitch marker. Not going to lie. All-time favorite. I am still having so much fun. Although I am struggling with the crochet aspect of it, it's okay. We're going to get through it. It's fine. This is all part of the plan. This is what the universe wanted, right? Welcome to day number 4, my friends. I have my pumpkin pie latte here from my favorite coffee place. This is Ziggy's Coffee. Yum. I got an iced one today, and I did put the whipped cream on there, even though it has melted from the journey from the coffee shop to my desk here, but that's okay. It still is very yummy. But yeah, happy day 4. It's October 4th, and we are going to open up another bag. So let's go ahead and open up the bag real quick and see the goodies we got, and then we're going to talk about the project real quick. Okay, so let's see. Day number 4. Let's rip this bad boy open. No, I don't want to rip it. I want to keep it very nice. Oh, all right. Okay. It's a little tin box, and there's something inside of it. It says AltKnots and Muse with the raven. I love the red label and then the black kind of letters and the raven on there. Let's go ahead and slide this open if I can. All right. So we got a couple of sewing things in here. We got some safety pin, handy. We've got a nice sewing needle. And then we have this nice kind of a bigger needle. This will be good for weaving in ends. I don't know about you guys, but I like to use a metal needle for weaving in my ends. And I like them straight. I know a lot of people like the bent ones. I don't. I don't know. I'm weird. I like the straight ones. So that is super cute. A little needle box with some needles in there and a safety pin. How exciting. So let's go ahead and talk about our project. Yesterday when I updated you, it was my 2nd or 3rd time crocheting up the project, and I had only made it to 42 rows, and my gauge was very, very tight. And I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was going to leave it or frog it. I decided to frog it. I wound it all back up and I started again. This time I decided to go in with a 3.75 hook and the updated stitch count that Muse2320 and AltKnots had sent out a couple days ago. It's interesting, my tension. I know that this happens, and maybe I just need to get better about it. The stitch count up here is the same as the stitch count down here, but you can see that my tension just got so much tighter up here because I'm so anxious about running out of yarn. It's fine. I'll be able to block it. But yeah, so I'm using the 3.75 hook and then the updated stitch count. It's going to be wonderful. I'm still loving this yarn. I'm still having so much fun with the Poe Crochet Along. However, I have made a decision, and you might think I'm kind of crazy, okay? But stick with me. So we have this one, the updated stitch count, smaller hook. So it's going to be smaller than intended, right? Just because I don't have enough yarn. So I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make 2 of these projects, whatever they are. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of them. So Call me crazy. We're going to put that aside for right now. Interesting. Okay. Interesting now that I kind of get it all together. So I went to my local yarn shop and I decided I'm going to make whatever this project is twice. I'm going to use all of the stuff from Muse2320 and AltKnots that was sent in the box, and I'm going to make it work with the updated stitch count and the smaller hooks. But I'm also going to make a second project on my own. So who knows? I might be needing to go back to the yarn shop over the next 10 days quite a bit, but is that really an issue? I don't think so. I got 2 of these because I didn't know. I don't know what this project's going to be, and I don't know. It's fun buying yarn, so it all works out, right? This is from the Fiber Co, and this is the Erinmore Light. So a tweedy blend of fine merino wool, cashmere, and silk. So it's a little bit different than this one. It's the same weight. I tried to get something similar, so it has the tweed. It is a lot darker though than this one. I thought it was going to be fairly close, but it is quite a bit darker. But that's okay. It's inspired by the breathtaking scenery of Ireland's northern headlands. I think that is so fun. With the color palette reminiscent of wild Irish coastlands, this yarn was designed for makers appreciating the best of luxury and tradition. It says happy knitting. We won't be knitting with this one. This is in the color Ruari. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. In the color Ruari. And yeah, it was $25. I got 2 skeins. Just because I didn't know what I was going to need. I really didn't. And I think it's really beautiful. It's not the softest, not gonna lie. Since the Poe box is such a mystery, and I love like mystery advent calendar type things, I haven't looked ahead. I don't know if there's more yarn in the box. I really don't know. If there is though, I decided to be a little proactive and get a couple more things of yarn. I don't know if these are the colors I'm gonna need, so I just got a couple of different ones. What I thought would maybe fit an Edgar Allan Poe theme and all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and start with this one first. This is the Malabrigio Arroyo. This is in the color Pearl 10. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. When I saw this, it just screamed Raven to me. Just screamed Raven. I don't know. I think it's beautiful. It's like this grayish purple color. Oh, it's so lovely. Then I decided to pick up 2 of the Barocco Vintage DKs. I love Barocco Vintage yarn. I love it. I love it. I love it. I use Barocco Vintage for all of my Pika-Pow amigurumi. If I am making a Pika-Pow character, I am using Barocco Vintage, but I usually use the worsted weight, and this is the DK weight. So I just got 2 of these. I got the color, I don't think it has the numbers on there, or the color name on there. This is the color 2145, which is a beautiful black. Oh, it is so soft. I do love Barocco Vintage. I think it is very soft. One day maybe I'll make like a sweater or something out of Barocco Vintage. I'm not sure. And then I got this other color here, which is 2189. It's a very beautiful like gray, kind of like a heather looking gray color. Oh, I think it's gorgeous. That is the yarn that I bought from the yarn shop today. What else did I get here? I also got a new hook. This is a 3.75 hook from Clover Amour. I love the Clover Amour hooks. They are my favorite hooks. I decided to get that because I am using the 3.75, but it's not a size I typically use. So the only one I had was this really cheap one from Michaels. And you guys know, these aluminum hooks, like they work in a pinch, but that's not something I necessarily want to be using. So we're actually going to switch to this one here. And then I also got a skein coat. You just like slide it on to your little skein here, and it's going to kind of squish it down. It's going to hold it together. There's not much left of this Nevermore, so it's a little small. All right. There we go. Skein coat. How cute is that? So yeah, I think that's awesome. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I wanted. Something to hold all of my yarn while I am crocheting. That way it does not come apart, doesn't come unraveled and get into a big tangled mess. So yeah, that was my little mini haul. That's where we are today. Hello and happy day 5 of the 13 nights of Poe. Oh wow. Day 5. The day 5 bag definitely has a new card in it, and there's yarn in there for sure. So I'm excited to open that up. But first I did want to talk about the project. So here we are. I got to row 45. I did have to update the stitch count, so there are less stitches in there, and I did use a 3.75 hook. So my gauge right now is very small. It's a lot smaller than it should be. I do have a little bit of yarn left over, but not much. I could have probably used the 4.0 hook, but it's okay. We hit the row count. I'm not going to frog it again. That would make row number 4, or that would make time number 4. And yeah, we're not doing that. As you guys know, I went to the yarn store yesterday and I bought some more yarn, and I went ahead and I started working up a second one. Let me actually raise this up just a little bit. You're going to see some of my computer there, but that's okay. So I started making a second one. Now this here, this gauge is actually measuring small too. Again, I am a tight, I have tight tension. So we are getting, I believe, 17 stitches in a row here. It should be 16, but it's close enough that I'm just like, whatever, it's fine. It's no big deal, but you can just see how much bigger, and this is with the original stitch count. So I'm really happy I started working on a second one. So, and I'll definitely have enough yarn. My yarn bowl is just like, yeah. The only complaint I have about this yarn is it's not very soft, and I hope that's not that big of a deal. A lot of reviews I read online said it was so soft, and I don't know what yarn they were using. I don't know. It's not terribly soft, but it's okay. It's still beautiful. I love it. I'm excited that there's going to be 2 of the projects. So we're going to open up day 5, and we're going to see if any of my other yarn that I bought yesterday is going to coordinate well with this project. So here's, as a reminder, the yarns I bought yesterday. This was the Pearl 10 by Malabrigo. Then there is the black by Barocco Vintage, and the kind of heather gray by Barocco Vintage. So those are the 3 I got yesterday to kind of go with this one. Let's open up day 5 and see what we got. Yeah? Ah! All right, all right.
It's funny.
It is funny, isn't it? Okay, cool. So I couldn't have been more wrong with guessing my yarn colors. This is the color Skull. So that's fun. So that's okay. We got some white yarn here. This is very cool. Look at that. Very neat. Very neat. So we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, we have our little pattern here. How cute is that? I'm sure I have some yarn in my stash that I can use for this one. I probably won't be going to the yarn store just to get a white to make the skull. But yeah, that is today's bag. Day 5, all done. We have the color Skull. This is the Muse2320 Pipit. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Basically what we'll be doing is there is that pattern again under here, and it is a kind of grid for a skull. It's really cool, and we will be embroidering that on to our project. Hello and welcome to day number 6 of the 13 nights of Poe. We are just a little bit under halfway through, and oh my goodness, this project is so wonderful so far. I am having just the best time. So remember, we got some wonderful things in the past, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open up bag number 6 today. I did want to update you some more on our progress. Here is my second one that I'm making, as you guys know. So this is the project that has the original amount of stitches, and it's going to have the correct amount of rows and the correct gauge. And again, you will see just the difference that this one has compared to this one. So it's already just as tall, and I believe I'm on row 35 35-ish, around row 35. And so I still have quite a few rows to go, so it's going to be considerably larger. So I'm really excited, but I did finish yesterday's cross stitch on the very first project here. Ta-da! So we have our skull. I've never cross stitched on crochet before, but I have done cross stitch. So I had so much fun working with this. I like this yarn a lot. I think it's very cool. So they did give some other patterns to use as well. And I'm going to be doing the Nevermore one on this one. It is pretty big cross stitch pattern to be stitching on here, so I might not get that done within the next couple of days, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and dive into day number 6. Very cool. This one, I don't know what this is. It's very crunchy. Okay. Wow, this is amazing. Poe me a cup. No, stop. Poe me a cup. Poe me a cup. I love that. This might be, I'm not sure if this is the name of the company, Graveyard Garland. I believe this is the brand. I don't know. It's going to be amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't typically use loose leaf tea, and I have some really cute steepers, so I'm really excited to kind of bust that out and have some delicious blood orange hibiscus and rose hip tea. That sounds amazing. I'm curious if this is caffeinated or not, because I do have to be very careful with my caffeine. But this is amazing. We got some tea and we have our project. So it is another relaxing day today. Nothing too crazy, especially since I got this part of the pattern done already. We're going to continue working on this one. We're going to start that cross stitch pattern on here once I finish that as well. Hello and welcome to day number 7. So I know my voice is sounding a little crazy. It is the evening time. Today was my craft fair. I have been up since 5 this morning preparing and talking and running around and standing. Oh my gosh, I am so ready to sit down, maybe brew me a cup of this Graveyard Garland and yeah, just relax. So I'm sorry, but it's the end of a long day. So let's go ahead and open up day number 7. So we actually have a second part to the cross stitch. We have this color, which is the color Shadow one. That's cool. That's cool. So now we have some more yarn here to continue working on the cross stitch on top of this project. That is something I will continue. There's not a ton of stitches there, so that's going to work up lickety split, and then I'm going to go ahead and start putting cross stitching the raven onto this one. So there we are. Okay, I'm going to bed. I am so tired today. Thank you for joining me for day number 7. I will see you tomorrow for day number 8. Hello and good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Whew, happy day 8 of the 13 Nights of Poe. I'm so excited. So, oh my gosh, yesterday I was going to continue to work more on our skull pattern that we were going to do. However, I was so tired after my craft fair and I wasn't feeling very good. I don't know. I think the day had just caught up to me. And so I worked a little bit on a cowl that I'm currently making, and then I just said, I'm going to bed. So we haven't made any more progress on our project today, but that's okay. I think today is a pretty chill day. It's not a very squishy bag, but it feels very delicate, so I'm not going to squish it too much. I do have a cup of the Graveyard Garland here. It smells amazing. This is exactly what I need to kind of pick me up, Nice cozy Sunday morning. We're gonna go watch some blues today in the afternoon, which I'm excited for, but this morning has been really cozy. I'm wrapped up in sweaters, drinking tea, and crocheting this morning, so I'm really excited to continue. Let's have a sip of our tea here. Very good. Oh, amazing. Okay, very cool. It is a steeper. How exciting. So here we have a tea steeper. Amazing. This one is so nice. Well, I'll just have to brew myself another cup then, won't I? And that's exciting too, because that's going to give me a little bit more time to go ahead and work on this a little bit more, add the shadows to our skull. So yeah, that is what is in today's bag. How wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and sip some more of my tea, work a little bit more on this project, and it's just gonna be a cozy, wonderful Sunday morning. Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to day number 9 of the 13 Nights of Poe. How exciting! We are making progress. So yesterday I did work on all of the shadow pieces of the skull, and I did start on this embroidery piece for my second project that I'm making. I am doing the raven here, and so here we are. We have all of the branch done, and I am slowly working on that raven. That's a lot of black stitches there, so slowly but surely we are getting there, and I'm loving it so far. So I was actually going to use some of my Barocco vintage and my Malabrigo yarn for the cross stitch, but I don't know. This yarn I think is too pretty to just use for cross stitch. Not that, you know, it wouldn't be pretty on here. It would be, but I don't know. I love this yarn so much, especially this one here from the Malabrigo. So I am going to use this still for this project if I need it. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I'm sure there's other projects I can make with this yarn here. So yeah, we're just using regular cotton yarn from my stash. And so far, I am loving the raven. And I think this skull is looking way fun as well. How cool. We got some yarn in this one. This one is definitely some yarn. Let's go ahead and jump into day number 9. It is yarn. There's definitely a card in there too. So I imagine it is the darker shadow piece here for the skull. Wow. Okay. So I was right but wrong at the same time. Oh my gosh. Yes. Absolutely yes. Okay. How exciting. Good thing I have enough rows. We have the raven that is going to go on top of the skull. He might be a smaller raven because my tension gets really tight up here, but it's going to be great. I do have 45 rows, so I should be able to fit him in there. How fun. How fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so here we have the yarn. Let me take a look on the back here. This is the Muse2320 Pipit in the colorway Raven. Perfect. So we're going to be making lots of ravens today. We're going to be cross-stitching a ton of ravens today. How fun. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this.
Mama, I love you.
I love you, my darling. I absolutely love this. I think this is fantastic. Judging by the missing stitches in here, I'm thinking we're going to even have a medium gray compared to this one here. I don't know. I think there's going to be like a middle color in there, but I could be wrong. Who knows? But yeah, I'm so excited. I think this is way cool. I love this. I'm excited to put the raven on this one as well. And yeah, okay, let's get to cross stitching today. How exciting. Hello and happy day number 10. Here we are. We are almost done with the 13 days of Poe. Got my coffee here. It's just some, you know, your regular old medium, I guess, roasted coffee with some of the Nut Pods pumpkin spice creamer. So good. I like this one if I want something not so sweet. Sometimes you're just not in that sweet kind of mood, you know what I mean? I did not get a chance to get to this step yesterday because I was actually working on the one underneath it. So I do plan on actually streaming crochet today to Twitch. So I think this is what I'm going to work on today on Twitch. So we'll see kind of how far we get after that stream. But here is my second one that I have been making, and I finished the Raven here, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. Here we go, and ta-da! Here is our Raven on the second one. Now, the contrast looks a lot different on my camera for some reason. This gray is actually not as light as you're seeing here on camera. It is a little bit darker, but I wish I had a darker gray. This was the darkest gray that I had for all of these shadows here, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it looks fine. You know, you got some highlights there on the Raven, so it's all good. But yeah, we are completely done with this one, which is exciting. So now we can take a breath and actually work on doing the Raven on this one. Like I said, I'll probably work on that today during my stream. So let's go ahead and unbox day number 10. Woohoo! Very cool. So there is the card there. This is the Muse2320 Pipit in the colorway Shadow 2. Okay. It says here on this little card, this is the final cross stitch portion of the pattern. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that is really nice. And actually that color is not all that different from the one I used here. A little bit. It's definitely a lot more blue, but so it should be good. They should work together very nicely. My two projects I have. Here's all the yarn we have received so far. I have an idea of what we're making. I don't know. It says it right here on this card, what we're making, but I don't know if that's what we're making for sure. So here we go. Let's go ahead and continue on with the cross stitch. Again, I'm going to be streaming this part of the project, so maybe I'll include some of that stream footage. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's it for day number 10. I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 11. Good morning, everybody, and happy day number 12. I know what you're saying. Sonnet, we didn't do day number 11. I know. I skipped a day yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to work on this or open up my bag at all. So I had a really busy morning getting the kiddo ready for school and all that jazz. And then I had a tattoo appointment in the afternoon, and I was going to work on it a little bit during my tattoo appointment, but it just didn't work out. You know, I brought it just in case, but I didn't get a chance to work on it. So we are here to open day number 11 and day number 12 bags. And yeah, we're a little behind. Tomorrow's the last day, but I'm not worried about it. I do want to talk a little bit about this project though, and some of the other projects I'm doing, because this whole thing with the 13 Nights of Poe, I'm doing the Jimmy Bean's Wool Fright Club this year, and I'm also working on making a cardigan. And this whole month I've been focused on crochet that I normally don't do, and it's been a very humbling experience because I realized that while I could whip up, you know, the most complicated amigurumi, when it comes to something simple like garments and like cowls and things like this, I struggle. I really struggle because I don't do it at all. I've made a couple of hats, I've made a couple of scarves, and I've made a couple of things here and there, some mitts, but I typically only make amigurumi. So this month of kind of switching things up has really taught me that there's a lot I still need to learn when it comes to crochet. I've been crocheting for 2 years, and that's not a long time, and you know what? There's always new things to learn, right? But anyways, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, yesterday, I did get the spoiler for day number 11 because I was on Instagram and I did see everyone's stories and things, but so I kind of know what's here in day number 11. And I saw a lot of posts with everyone now blocking their work. Here we are with the original project. Again, we have this one that was completed a couple days ago. I don't know why both of my little cross-stitched motifs here are on the side. Every like story I've been seeing, the motif is on this side. And so again, it's been a very humbling experience. Not only did I not be able to meet gauge on this one, not only did I run out of yarn 4 times, not only, you know, all of that, but now I did all of this work, and especially all this work, and it's on the opposite side of everybody else's. Now, I don't know if this is going to be an issue. I know we're going to fold this in half, so I'm hoping it'll still be fine. I think it'll still be fine. I can't imagine it wouldn't be fine. And so yeah, this whole project has been a learning experience for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did stream working on this project on day number 10, and I actually I did it wrong. So I started streaming and I was using this raven color to do all of the shadows of the skull here, which I was supposed to be using this shadow color here. And so I did pretty much the whole skull before I realized I had used the wrong color. I was going to just keep it because I wasn't going to tear it out, but while I was kind of waiting for my tattoo artist yesterday to, you know, get their station all set up and, you know, work up all the stencils and stuff like that, I pulled out all of these stitches. I pulled them all out because I really want it to be good. I want this to be so good. And I feel like I'm not doing the best job at this project. And again, it's been very humbling. But anyways, so I pulled all of those stitches out, and then I have been working on the raven. Also, whenever I crochet and I'm streaming the crochet, I'm having a chat with the chat on Twitch while I'm doing it. So more often than not, I'm gonna lose count. And that happened here. The little raven here has an extra row here in his little tail, which it's not that big of a deal. I decided not to like tear those out and redo it or whatever because that's no big deal. You probably wouldn't have even noticed had I not told you. But yeah, so we're almost done with the raven. I just need to finish his little beak here, which isn't going to take long, and then do all of the shadows, which shouldn't take too long. So I'm hoping to finish that this afternoon. We have a big family afternoon planned. We were going to go to the pumpkin patch today, but it was very rainy yesterday, and we don't want to bring our 4-year-old through the muddy pumpkin patch today. So we're going to be going to the pumpkin patch next week. But anywho, we have a fun family afternoon planned regardless. So I might not be able to finish everything I wanted to do this afternoon, but tonight, this is my main focus. This and posting a YouTube video. Oh my gosh, time. Could there just be like maybe a couple more hours in the day? Anyway, I'll stop blabbing. Here's our progress. We got the beak to do. We still need to do the shadows. I did it on the wrong side. Things are crazy. It's all okay. Everything's gonna be fine. All right, let's go ahead and open up day number 11, and then we'll dive into day number 12. It's actually kind of fun because we get like 2 extra goodies today. All right. Cool. The eye of the raven. Use the colorway Raven. Stitch the eye onto the raven using the sharp tip needle. Okay, so there's this cool portrait of Edgar Allan Poe there. And then this must be the eye. He's going to be a little big. He's going to have a big eye, but that's okay. So that means I'm going to have to dig into my stash to get an eye for this one. Maybe I will actually use this one for his eye. And then I have a ton of beads from when I make stitch markers and things. I'll find a smaller one, I'm sure, for this one. So I think that's what I'll do. This has fabric in it. Oh, it's a bag. Okay, so we have this little like cotton bag here. So we are making a bag. It seems like you sew this together and then you put the bag inside. So I am going to definitely need a smaller bag because this one's not going to fit in there. So we'll use this bag for this project, and then we will, you know what I might do? I might go to like Joann's or something this afternoon and just pick up maybe some really cool fabric, like Halloween fabric, and then sew quickly a little bag that's going to fit into this one. Hello everybody, and happy Friday the 13th. Happy day number 13 of the 13 nights of Poe. How exciting. I decided to put my little Jason sticker that I have with everything to celebrate Friday the 13th. This is an illustration I did a couple of years ago, and every Friday the 13th he's got to kind of hang out with me because it's fun. Whoa, what an exciting 13 days this has been. Now when we open up our box, we are going to see our finished projects. Here we go. Ready? Let's open it up. Ta-da! Okay, so I have completed all steps 1 through 12 for both of my pieces that I made. Now, let's go ahead and actually start with the bigger one. Love it. Absolutely love it. So fun. In the end, I ended up really enjoying this yarn here. Yeah, it's just, I really like it, and I like the size. Love the size. I then used the cotton bag that we got yesterday to sew into the bag for the lining, and I love it. I think I'm going to use this bag specifically for my Kindle. I don't know. I think this would be a perfect Kindle transportation bag. It's Edgar Allan Poe themed. It's, yeah, just, I don't know, a really good size. I do have the paperweight, so it's kind of small, but you know, it gives it some room to hang out in there. Maybe throw some headphones in there too. And yeah, I really love how this one turned out. I'm so excited. I love the little raven. Overall, very happy with how my second project worked out. So now here is the original one. It is much smaller, as we know, but oh my gosh, for a while I was preferring this one, but now that the cross stitch is all done with this one, I think this turned out so fantastic. Yes, it is a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay. I think this is a great size of a bag. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now I did go to Michael's and I got some fabric. I love it. I pulled out my sewing machine, which I don't do often enough, and I sewed up the liner. So it's really cute. It has the moons and the stars. I thought it fit really nice. And it has like these full moons on it, but that looked like yarn to me. So you know what? It works. And yeah, I sewed that in there, and I'm loving this bag. I kind of want this one to be like a crossbody bag for like my phone. So because I love this size so much, I don't know if I am going to use it, but I have been using my lucette fork to make a cord, perhaps a strap to make this into a crossbody bag. This is like my second time using my lucette fork, so it's a little rough, but that's okay. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I think turning this into like a crossbody bag would be so fun. But that's enough chatting about the projects. Again, I am so happy with how they turned out. So we are going to go ahead and dive into day number 13. Look at that sticker. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I think this glows in the dark. I think this glows in the dark. We'll have to see. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay. How funny is this? So I thought day number 13 would be just kind of a short little, like, you know, this is the last thing to put on our project, but the instructions for day number 13 are actually to make an I-cord. We will be continuing on with our Lucette fork, and we're going to make an I-cord for the bag. Now I am going to keep this one cordless. I'm going to have it just like this. That way it can, you know, hold my Kindle and things. But this one, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to make that I-cord. This is going to become a crossbody bag for me. This is going to be the perfect size for spooky season. And let's be real, for a bookish person like me, this is the perfect crossbody bag for all around the year. I'm so excited. I'm gonna continue working with my Lucette fork to finish up my I-cord and sew it on there, and then I will be posting this to Instagram. I love the sticker. Oh, I wanted to see if this glows in the dark. I recently got this handy dandy flashlight. It's a UV flashlight. I got this in the Pink Sheep Design mystery box. You can check out that video where I unbox all of that good stuff. But yeah, this might activate the glow in the darkness. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. That is so amazing. How wonderful. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love the glow in the dark. I'm so excited to make the I-cord. I could have probably used this then for the I-cord, but I don't know. When it comes to using the Lucette fork, I like a nice thick strap. So I'm just using this like sparkly acrylic yarn that I have. This is a worsted weight, and then this is the DK weight that I used for this bag. And I'm holding them together to make this really fun black and red kind of moment there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on. I'm gonna finish up this bag today, and then we will wrap everything up. All right, loves, so I went ahead and I finished up the cord for the bag. Again, it's a little rough. This was only my second time using my Lucette fork, and so, but you know what? It's okay, because I think it just adds to everything. I love it. Look at how cool that is with the two held together. I think that is so fun. Oh my gosh, I love it. I also did sew a little snap onto here. That way I can, you know, close up the bag. So if I want to put anything in there and I want it to be safe. And then it also has a drawstring that I added to it, you know, for extra security too. So, you know, you can just snap it, pull that little drawstring closed, and you have a nice little secure bag. And yeah, so here is the other one. Again, I did decide to just leave this one as like a case. I put a book in there just to see if it would be like a good like book holder kind of bag. And it was. This is a pretty good size book here. This was my book of the month pick a couple months ago. And yeah, it's a little tight for a book this big, but it still, I don't know, it works. I don't know, it works. If you have like just like your standard kind of paperback size, it's gonna work great. And then of course I have my little Kindle here that definitely fits in there. So nice and protected. You could always put maybe, you know, a pen or a pencil in there and a notepad if you need to, you know, carry around your Kindle or a tablet of some kind. I don't know. It's fun. I love it. So that is it for the projects. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and wrap up these past 13 days. And there we have it. The 13 Nights of Poe. Oh my gosh. I am obsessed. I think my favorite part of the 13 Nights of Poe is the pacing of this project. Now, I have done a lot of art challenges in the past. I have done a lot of advent calendar things with crafts and crochets, and I am the kind of person where if I feel like I am behind even just a little bit, I get so anxious and I want to stop. So I've never done a temperature blanket because I get a couple of days behind and then I feel like all is lost. But I loved that even though there were days where I didn't get to crochet or do any of the cross stitch, I never felt like I was behind. I felt like the pacing of this project was absolutely perfect. I felt like it was awesome for people of all skill levels, and it was just so thought out and so killer, right? I mean, it is so flippin' cool. If you have not checked out AltKnots' YouTube channel, what are you doing? Such fantastic crochet content. My favorite crochet channel on YouTube by far. And definitely go check out Muse2320. The fiber and the yarns and everything is just so fantastic. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm curious, if you made it to the end of this video, what is your favorite Poe poem or short story? Or have you read any Poe? You know, maybe you haven't read any Edgar Allan Poe, and that's totally cool. You know, what's your favorite poem then? Anyways, let me know down in the comments. Thank you for being here. I love you so much, and I will see you all a little later. Bye.